Hello, good day. Today I'm not dropping a Golang tutorial, but I think everybody likes videos about comparison, like doing benchmarks and all sorts. So today we'll be talking about Express versus Fastify. So both are definitely something. If you're in the JavaScript ecosystem, you would have heard of it countless times. So what is Express? What is Fastify? So Express has been around for about more than 14 years, if I could recall. I think it's launched actually in 2010. So it's known for its simplicity and huge ecosystem of middlewares. Virtually, when you're writing Express, is one middleware to do your route or authentication and all stuff like that. While Fastify, on the other hand, is a newer Node.js framework. I don't like using the word framework. I'll just go with the word library because to me personally, I feel for something to be a framework, there should be some very, very powerful and inbuilt functionalities in it. For example, when you're referring to something like Nest.js, Adonis.js, I consider them as framework on them. So Fastify was first released in 2017, and I think a very popular guy is this guy Matthias Colina. So he's one of the main person who engineered the Fastify. So Fastify was actually built for speed. So most of you might have heard that Fastify can handle far more requests per second than Express. I've actually tested it and it's true. So how about we see it in practice? Most of the tutorials you'll see, definitely you see Fastify, they just test the get request, but I want to make this video much more enjoyable for us. So I'm testing with get request. I'm testing with just a post request that sends something to the server, and the server sends back that particular object that is being modified, more like a modified object. Then actually, to add some spicy bits, I added databasing for our stuff. So I'm using a local Postgres. So I'm using the just normal Postgres on my system. I'm not connecting to anything on the cloud, just local Postgres, just to see something to work with in the local environment. So that's Postgres 17 specifically. So just to see how these things work together. Yes, so this is the code for the benchmark. As I recalled earlier, I'm not limiting it to just simple get requests that you see very common on the internet. So here I'm importing the Express library, the Fastify, Autocannon, the PG library, and also body parser to work with Express. Though what am I even? I think I'm using Express 5 here. Okay, but any which way, why did I use Autocannon? Another option I could have used is Apache benchmark, but it wouldn't give me the needed benchmarking information that I want us to all see. So AB is actually good. It's actually written in C and it's from the Apache company. They have a lot and lot of stuffs that they've done. So it's actually very good. So Autocannon was actually written I think mainly one of the person who contributed majorly to Fastify also did this autocannon. That's Matthew Colina. So he's a very popular guy out there in the OpenJS Foundation. So autocannon written in Node.js, it gives us that better scripting. It has much more advanced configuration, better stuff than what Apache benchmark can do. So I'll just go through the code. We have a pool, so we are creating a connection pool. Like I said earlier, everything I'm doing it in the local host, Postgres, yeah, port 5432. Yeah, so this is a function that comes first actually when I run the script. So I initialize the database, I create the table if it doesn't exist, ID as primary key, username, email, and created at timestamps So when it's done and I have this, then we are sure that our database was successfully initialized. So we have the start express, we have the start fastify, then we have the run Autocannon as well. So actually, after initializing the database, the first thing we do is we start our express. So if you check keenly, this is our express server. This is our express server here with the get and the post as well. Then we have the Fastify as well. So the Fastify comes with a lot of, I think these are called plugins in Fastify. So I added all this with the get endpoint and the post endpoint. Then also we have the create user endpoint, which basically creates an object in the database, and the Fastify is actually listening on port 3001, while the Express should be listening on port 3000. So we have the test object data, then we have the console.logs just for us to see where we are at in the code while the script is running. So I'll just open the terminal now. Then okay, I've actually tested it. So if you want to contribute to this repo, you can just do it. I'm testing it on an Apple M1, so locally. So we can actually test it maybe in a bare bone server and just run the script. Definitely we have much more better performance since the server is actually dedicated for stuff like that. Definitely I'm doing other stuffs. My video recording is on, stuffs like that. So all those things will definitely reduce the performance. So I'll just do a node benchmark.js. So this is one of the stuff that Autocannon gives us, that loading progress bar. I really like this. So the first one, express get, we're running 100 connections. So if you refer back to the code, you're going to see it. So for the get request per second for express, we have 12,732. For the Fastify, we have 36,000. That's about times 3 in terms of performance. Then for the express modify, this is just a post request. Basically, nothing is being created in the database here. Here we have 10,000 requests about 10,477 requests per second here for the post request for the express. So we're running these things in 10 seconds and 100 connections concurrently. Well, not too big load, but definitely just something good to try it out with. Then for the Fastify modify object in 100 concurrent connections, we have about 20,609. So this is about twice as good, twice better rather, twice faster. Then for the one that actually creates something in the database, we have the create user. So while creating a user in the database, definitely this will be a bit slower because of the latency of reaching out to database. Database does its stuff. So for the express, we have about 6,894 requests per second for 100 concurrent connections and 10 in 10 seconds. So this is it here. You can see express create user. While for Fastify, we have 11,000. So more or less for get request, we were able to get times 3 performance boost, while for post request, we are able to get around times 2 of what we're expecting. So with this sampling, with this test, I can infer that Fastify is actually much more performant than Express. Thank you. So don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.